Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatan min lisani yafqahu qawli. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Zidane Hamid and I'm 8 years old. And today is the 25th of Ramadan, and I hope your Ramadan is going healthy, wealthy and wise. And today we're going to do a short tafsir. Not short, because Surah Ar Rahman is 78 verses, and so that's why it's gonna be a tafsir of 30 verses of Surah Ar Rahman. It says 78 verses, and it's not a Makki surah. That's one thing clear. It's a Madni surah. And it's in the 27th juz. After the juz Qad Sami Allah comes the 27th juz, in which Surah Ar Rahman and Surah Al Waqiah, they both are having the same context. In Surah Ar Rahman it's also told about this all the creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's also said in Surah Al Waqiah, which is represented in a form of a question, and it's also said in Surah Al Waqiah. Surah Al Waqiah and Surah Ar Rahman are basically the same surahs. They're basically the same surahs. Surah Ar Rahman, Surah Al Waqiah. Surah Al Waqiah is Makki surah. So let's see Surah Ar Rahman, 30 verses. Okay, it's a very peculiar surah. You know why it's so peculiar? What's the peculiar thing about it? Because it is the only surah in the whole entire Qur'an where the jinns and humans are addressed simultaneously. They are addressed simultaneously. That just like that. That's why فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ سَنَفْرُغُ أَيُّهَ الثَّقَلَانِ ذَوَاتَا أَفْنَانٍ and فِيمَا عَيْنَانِ تَجْرِيَانِ. It's all in the musanna. It is all in dual. It is all like two. It is addressing human beings and jinn simultaneously. And this surah, it starts with how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created so many things. Don't you ponder on it? Surah Mulk has the same context. Surah Waqiah, you will see in the future when we'll do Surah Al Waqiah, you will see that in Surah Al Waqiah it is the same thing which is said. And Surah Al Mulk, same thing, basically the same thing. Avalam yaraw ila tayri fawqahum saffatin wa yakbiz ma yumsikuhunna illa Ar Rahman. Don't you see the birds how they fly? Who holds them? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala holds them. Don't you ponder upon it? And it's the same thing which is being asked over here. And why it is repeated? Because at that time the mushrikun were so stubborn. فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ. Why it is so repeated? That's why it's such a peculiar surah, because it's repeated 31 times. And why it is repeated 31 times? The mushrikun were very stubborn. They used to ignore it. جَعَلُوا أَصَابِعَهُمْ فِي آذَانِهِمْ. That's the thing that they used to do. And that's why, let me give you an example. You are playing with your friend, let's say football, and somebody bumps into you and he throws the football away. You are like, what are you doing? Why are you throwing my football? What are you doing? Watch where you're going. You want to fight with him. Now your friend says you should calm down. And he won't say it just one time. He'll say it 20, 30 times so you can hear it. I mean, you just hear one time, you're still stubborn. You have to hear it at least in 30 times, you'll hear it at least 10 times or one time or 5 times. And then you'll calm down after some time. And that's why 31 times it said فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ. They wouldn't listen if it said one time. So that's why it is said 31 times, so it's coming back to them. It's coming back to them. This reminder is coming back to them. Inna hadhi tazkirah. It's all a domination. It's all a reminder. So let's start. Now it is telling that to praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the all-knowing, all-seeing. That's why it said Ar Rahman. He is the most gracious. Allama al-Quran. It is He who has taught the Quran. Now it is telling that the humans are no superpower. Ad, Samud, they thought that they are the biggest people of the world and they can do anything, and they build palaces out of mountains, but they weren't anything. They were just a pebble in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, destroyed them. كَذَّبَتْ ثَمُودُ وَعَادٌ بِالْقَارِيَةِ. And that's how whoever disbelieves Him. أَلَمْ نُهْلِكِ الْأَوَّلِينَ ثُمَّ نُتْبِعُ الْآخِرِينَ. Then, خَلَقَ الْإِنسَانَ. He has created people. It's again telling He is such a mighty. He is the one who can give life to the dead if He wills. That's the power of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then Allamahul Bayan, now it's telling that how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He teaches the people. And if the people disobey Him, He will destroy them. He will destroy their dwellings, just like Kazzabat Samud wa Ad. They will Iram. It is the Ahqaf. It's sand dunes. That's why it's named, Surah Al-Ahqaf, the 45th chapter of the Qur'an, Surah Al-Ahqaf. It means sand dunes. Then it's telling that, just like, let me put it in an example. You see, there is this dog. You have this dog. It's a Rottweiler, some type of mean and rude dog, like a pit bull or a bulldog. And this, whenever you try to give him food or water, he always tries to bite you. He always asks. He's arrogant and rude. But then you decide to teach him a lesson. You put him like this. You not give him any water for a week, and then when he's starving, then you give him. He's dehydrated. Then he won't bite you, and you are the owner of it. Just like somebody has a plant. If the plant is, taking too much of his land, he'll cut the roots of the plant. That's how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He's the owner of all things. He created them. He can cut the roots of that. He can cut the roots because He's the owner. He's the creator. He's the creator of the universe. He can cut the roots of a thing that disobeys Him, of a person that disobeys Him. Even He can wipe out whole dwellings. So much power of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We're just only on the 4th verse. Now the 5th verse. It said that Ash-shamsu wal-qamaru bi-husban, and the moon and sun follow courses. They exactly balanced. It's balanced. Is balanced at all. And now it said, don't you ponder on the what has been made, the sky, the ground. It said in Surah Ghashiyah, and said in such a good order that don't you see about your camels, don't you see on the mountains, don't you see on the ground, don't you see on the skies. It's said in such an order that it does make sense. Like the first time a tribesman came out of the tent, he would first look at his camel. That's it. Don't you look at the camels? Then he would look at the mountains. Don't you look at the mountains? Then he'd say, don't you look at the ground? He'll look at the ground. After that, he looks at the ground. And don't you look at the sky? After that, he looks at the sky. And that's where the order perfectly put in Surah Al-Ghashiyah. It's telling that, don't you see? It's all the surahs remind, ponder of this, think of this. Now the 6th verse. وَالنَّجْمُ وَالشَّجَرُ يَسْجُدَانِ, and the herbs and the trees prostrate in adoration. And then وَالسَّمَاءَ رَفَعَهَا وَوَضَعَ الْمِيزَانَ, and He has raised the heavens high and He has set up the balance. It's the balance in the universe too, in the whole universe and galaxies, and even in the world. The balance in the world. What is the balance in the world and the balance in the universe? How Earth is in orbit, how Venus is in orbit, and how the Milky Way is in orbit. All of the universes. Because if something is little bit out of order, it will become a massive destruction. Even supernovas or black holes. That's why. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He has the balance. And now it's the same thing which is said in the 8th verse. Allah tadagaw fil mizan. And so you cannot transgress this balance. You don't transgress this balance. That's why it created balance. And you should not transgress this balance. This balance is perfectly computed. And nobody can transgress this balance. Then the 9th verse. وَعَقِيمُ الْوَزْنَ بِالْقِسْطِ وَلَا تُخْسِرُ الْمِيزَانَ, and establish weight and justice and not fall short in the balance. What is it? And it also, when Shu'aib alayhi salam, the people of Madian, they used to have a very bad trick. They have a very bad trick with people, like, giving, somebody gives him, if there is some type of amanat, it's some type of thing which he has left for safekeeping. That's a really tough job. Safekeeping is a really tough job. Somebody gives you 5 kg of flour, and you take 2 kg of flour, keep it aside, and you take 3 kg for yourself. Then 2 kg of flour for him. That is called the transgression in the balance. And yes, interest in mortgages. You see, mortgage always has interest. That's why mortgages are made haram in Islam, because they're always having interest. And that is also a transgression of balance. Riba is the transgression of balance. It makes the life hard for people. And as I told you before, the example of mortgages, how they are so bad. And that's also transgressing. It's transgressing the balance. And then, and he made the earth, he spread out, he made the earth, in it he made creatures. He made so many creatures, you see so many creatures, and I don't have to mention the normal ones. He even made endangered species, like, Himalayan ibex, pika, they are all endangered species. Wow, who made this all? Ponder upon it, ponder. That's what is being repeated again and again and again and again. And it's said, you see and you ponder on this. Then, فِيهَا فَاكِهَةٌ وَالنَّخْلُ ذَاتُ الْأَكْمَامِ. This is the 11th verse. And therein is fruit and date palms. And it's telling you, ponder upon it. And after that 13th verse, the فَبِيَيِّ عَلَىٰ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ sequence and pattern starts. I'm going to tell you about it. Then, after that, you see, he's telling that ponder upon it. The 13th verse is just like this. And وَالْحَبُّ ذُو الْعَصْفِ وَالرَّيْحَانِ. And also corn with its leaves and stalk, and its sweet-smelling plants, its sweet aroma, and he's telling it, ponder. And the 13th verse comes, and now the pattern is started. فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ. And which favors of your Lord will you deny? Which bounties of your Lord you will deny? Who has created this? And this is the denomination. It comes repeating. Just like in Surah Mursalat, it expressing that about the disbelievers, on the disbelievers, expressing the anger. 10 times it's mentioned. Like this over here, 31 times. Now, the 14th verse. خَلَقَ الْإِنسَانَ مِنْ صَلْصَالٍ كَالْفَخَّارِ. Now it's the jinns and the humans are being addressed simultaneously. He created man from pottery, clay which is made onto pottery. That clay. Clay. We can say. And وَخَلَقَ الْجَانَّ مِن مَّارِجٍ مِّن نَارٍ. And he created jinns from smokeless fire, from fire from which smoke doesn't come. He created jinns from that. Now over here they are being addressed simultaneously. And then after that, فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ. And as you know it meaning, I'm going to proceed on the 17th verse. Rabbul Mashriqayn wa Rabbul Maghribayn. And he's the Lord of the two easts and the Lord of the two wests. So I think we should stop here because a lot of minutes have gone. At least 15 minutes have gone. So I have to stop over here. And I couldn't make out 30 verses, but I tried my best to do a short tafsir. Anyway, in the end, I just want to say, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us the people who have faith in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who do righteous deeds, who are on the way of truth and patience, and who call people on the way of truth and patience. So this is all for today. And if you want to see more videos, go to my website, zidanehamid.com, or even log into my Facebook page. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'll be waiting for your feedback. Jazakallahu khairan wa ahsanallahu alaykum. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.